Okay, welcome everyone. I just mentioned if anyone needs to blow their nose or might need to blow their nose, now's a good moment. You can grab a cushion there. There's a couple blocks too if you need them at any point. And you may or may not need them. And basically, first things first, just find a way to sit comfortably. I like to raise my hips up just a little bit on a folded blanket or a cushion just to help keep the spine straight. You can tuck your chin a little to sit straight. If that's not comfortable, there's always the option of sitting in rock pose like this. It's another good way to keep the spine straight. You can switch to this at any time. And there's also, I just want to mention the folded up chairs there. No one ever wants to grab a chair in the middle of class, but it's really always an option to if you need to sit in a chair at any point, for any reason, to just grab a chair, plant your feet firmly on the ground and just sit up straight, tucking your chin a little. It's another really good way to sit with your spine straight, and it doesn't lessen the effect of anything we're doing. It's just another way to access all the benefits of the practice. So just want to mention that. And also just to mention that this is not the kind of yoga class where I go around and correct people's postures, things like that. I'm not going to touch anyone physically. If I see anyone, it's really more about feel over form. So it's all about your own experience and sensing into what works for you. Of course, if I see anyone doing anything less than beneficial or harmful in any way, I'm going to say something. I'll address the class and you'll take whatever comments for you. I haven't seen anyone do anything actually harmful yet, but if I did, I would intervene. So just wanted to put that all out there, because there's no culture of physically correcting people in Kundalini yoga. So I'm just putting that out there. So yeah, welcome. This is class number 15 of 20 by donation classes that I've been giving since May now. It's been a very positive experience. And as of October, I'm going to be doing these every week here.
On Fridays?
On Fridays here.
Same time?
For now, yeah. The only other time I'll be able to do here with the space, if I eventually, would be 7 p.m. So we'll see. So yeah, welcome everyone. I'm just going to say a couple words before we start. So most of you have been here in a class with me before. But Kundalini, for anyone who doesn't know, refers to the dormant energy that exists within all of us. It refers to untapped potential. In traditional Indian symbology, it often is represented by a serpent coiled at the base of the spine. And Kundalini yoga which has been around for thousands of years with very good reason. It's a very, very powerful healing modality that is designed to kind of wake up energy at the cellular level. It's designed to move that energy up our spine, through our body. It's designed kind of as a form of interactivism to activate our energy from within. And when you have a regular Kundalini practice, even if you just do one practice here and there, sometimes can be a really powerful way of becoming more healthy physically, of also becoming more balanced on a mental, emotional, spiritual level. And one of the things that's unique about Kundalini yoga is that it often, and today is no exception, most practices incorporate breath work, mantra, which is using the voice, movement, relaxation, meditation. So you get a lot of different aspects all woven together for unique benefit. And today's practice, one of the reasons I personally got into Kundalini yoga was to help get all the old trauma out of my body, and I've found that to be very effective. One of the things that's so powerful about Kundalini yoga, and all yoga works on our nervous systems and helps us to become calmer and more grounded, but Kundalini yoga is extra focused on the nervous system, on working on the glandular system, the endocrine system, and working to like I said, activate from within. So the breath work in and of itself can be very, very powerful. So all that to say that there will be modifications and alternatives for most things that we do. You should never push yourself. You should always listen to your body, even if I'm telling you to do something. Never push yourself to the point of dizziness with the breath work. Always pause if you need to. And yeah, so just leave it at that for now. I'm gonna invite everyone now to land here with a little bit of breath work. So again, sitting comfortably. I'm Maya, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know me. So sitting comfortably, I'm gonna invite everyone to close their eyes, tuck your chin slightly, and actually you might open them just for a second. I'll just demonstrate. So we're gonna be plugging up the left nostril with our left thumb, and the fingers can point up towards the ceiling like so. And basically what we're going to be doing is just inhaling deeply through the right nostril and then exhaling through the right nostril. If you have blocked nostrils, or even chronically blocked nostrils, you might need to experiment a little bit with letting a little bit of air in through the mouth, or just seeing what works for you. The idea here is to do your best. The eyes are closed. You can put your other hand on your knee, just relaxing. And we're just going to be here for a little over a minute. Breathing through the right nostril draws in the energy of the sun, revitalizing, energizing, and warming. Breathing through the left does the opposite. It's calming and cooling. We're going to get a little bit of extra energy today. If it helps to have a guide, you can breathe in to the count of 4 and out to the count of 4. We're almost there. Okay, inhaling deeply now, keeping your hand in place. Hold the breath in while putting your hand back down on your knee. Keep holding the breath in. And slowly exhale through both nostrils now. Coming back to normal, natural breathing. Just remaining here for a moment and observing. Okay. So we're now going to tune in to today's practice. Can everyone hear me in the back? Can you hear me? Okay. We tune into today's practice with the Adi mantra. Would anyone like the mantra written down just to have it in front of them? Jin, do you? Adi, je vais juste. No. Just in case it's. Okay, so. Anyone else feel like they would? Yeah? Okay. Anyone else? No? Okay. So we tune in Kundalini Yoga with the Adi mantra, which is, so yeah, I should mention that Kundalini Yoga, while not a religious practice, is influenced by the Sikh faith. So that's most evident in a lot of the mantras that we use, which are in the sacred Sikh language of Gurmukhi, which is the language you see in front of you if you have one of these cards. And this mantra in Kundalini Yoga has many benefits. It triggers different pressure points in our mouth, which then reflects to our brain. Very specific primal sounds do very specific things. This is all yogic science, which has been around for a very long time. But the words you see in front of you are Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And this can be translated to mean, I bow to the teacher within and I call on my highest consciousness. So this is all about calling ourselves to presence before we start any practice. And it's all about acknowledging that each and every single one of us has divine wisdom, intuition, and authority within us. And that no one human being and no one guru, anything, is more inherently equipped ultimately to access that intuition or that authority, okay? So I really like this mantra. I find it to be very key to everything that Kundalini Yoga is about. So we're gonna rub our palms together now just a little to activate the nerve endings. Bring your thumbs to your sternum as you're ready. And close your eyes. Tuck your chin slightly and imagine a ball of white light now at the base of your spine. And as you inhale deeply, through the nose always, unless otherwise specified, by the way. As you inhale deeply, draw that light up your spine to the crown of your head, the very top of your head. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. And now on the third inhale, we're going to chant Om Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times. You can always listen the first time if it's unfamiliar to you. Okay, inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Okay, keeping your hands in place now. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath in here and set your intention for today's practice. Whatever that might look like for you, whether it's a feeling, a sensation, a word, anything you can land on that feels like where you want to, a place that you want to end up at some point today or during the practice. Exhale. And as you're ready, bring your hands back down. Okay. Welcome again, everyone. I feel like I'm getting just a side view of me here, but it's okay. Okay. So, so the Kriya that we're doing today, Kriya is just another word for sequence of actions. It's a word we often use as the main practice, is the Kriya for soul connection. So this Kriya is aimed at helping us to connect with our core self, our true self, also known as our soul, as the soul, which we don't often talk about in any real way. I mean, the word soul is thrown around so much, but so much of Kundalini yoga is about accessing the true self, which is also known as the soul or the compassionate self, the self that's compassionate towards yourself and towards others. And so, you know, so much of the human experience, we go around chronically stressed out, anxious, depressed, isolated, and we have many good reasons for feeling this way. Trauma, for instance, makes a lot of people feel chronically depressed and anxious, and it is said that trauma actually disconnects us from our soul, and then we have to go through a process of reconnecting with us, realizing it, and then taking a Kundalini yoga class or doing something else, anything else to help reconnect. So the practice today is going to be focused on that. And before we start, we're just going to do a few brief warm-up exercises. So I'm going to invite everyone to come onto hands and knees for a little bit of cat-cow. If you've done other yoga, you've probably done this position. If coming onto your knees is uncomfortable, you can always pad your knees with cushion or folding your mat, or there's always the option of staying in easy pose like this and inhaling as you press your chest forward and exhaling as you round yourself back. This is an alternative. Otherwise, we're on our hands and knees, wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips, and you can spread your fingers extra wide to take pressure out of the wrists. And if your wrists are extra fussy like mine, you can also put your hands into fists and just leave them like that. So as we inhale, we're dropping the belly and looking up. And as we exhale, we're rounding the back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the back. And I'll invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And we'll be here just a minute. You can go at your own pace. Extra slow or even rapid is anything that feels right here. Everyone's doing great. Keep going. This is a great way to increase spinal flexibility, get the spinal fluid moving, and also to even stimulate digestion. Come to straight spine now, and inhale deeply, holding the breath in. Hold, hold, hold. And exhale, release. So now from here, I'm going to invite everyone to come into child's pose. So child's pose can look like keeping your knees together, coming down like this with head on the ground, or you can keep your toes together and spread your knees farther apart, whatever's comfortable. And if your head doesn't come down to the ground, you can also put your hands on your fists like this, or even on two fists, whatever works. So take a deep breath here now. Exhale deeply. Now the next warm-up is going to incorporate 4 different movements. This is one of them. If your low energy or any of the movements I'm about to describe don't work for you, staying in this position is also an option. It's really good for you in and of itself. It's a great way to lengthen the spine and open the hips. It's great for your organs. If you'd like to try the sequence, from child's pose, we're going to inhale, come up onto the knees, and bring our hands all the way up to the ceiling, leaning back just a little bit. Okay. And then exhaling down to tabletop position. and then inhaling up to downward dog. So these are the four parts. And then we exhale again back down to child's pose. And then inhale up to hands in the sky. Exhale, tabletop. And inhale, downward dog. Again, exhaling down to child's pose. Inhaling up to the sky. Exhaling, tabletop. And inhaling, downward dog. I'm going to invite everyone to do this 3 more times at your own pace, okay? If you're comfortable. If not, again, downward, child's pose is always an option. So just 3 more times the sequence at your own pace. You can investigate how each movement feels. If one feels really good, you can always stay there. Downward dog in and of itself is a great way for strengthening the nervous system. Okay, everyone's doing great. Okay. Whenever you have done 3, no rush, but whenever you have done 3, you can come back to child's pose for just a moment. Okay, in child's pose now, just take a deep breath in, hold the breath for just a moment, and slowly exhale. Feel yourself stable here on the ground. Feel all the parts of your body that are touching the ground. And be open to the idea that you're rooted here and stable. As you're ready, we'll come back to a comfortable seated position. All right.
I got super dizzy the first.
Did you? Oh. Always just pause. Feel free to pause. Yeah. So yeah, feel free to have a sip of your water. Now we're going to start the actual Kriya now. And the first exercise is a very unique one. So we're going to make sure we're sitting comfortably. We're going to be in this first position for a few minutes. And we're going to bring our hands into a mudra. So the idea is to bring the ring finger and pinky finger down and hold them down with the thumb. So you're kind of giving a peace symbol to everyone. And we're holding them up, the arms are down by the side, but you're holding them up. And the eyes are closed. No, sorry, the eyes are almost closed, but they're open just enough to gaze at the tip of the nose. So you're not wanting to cross your eyes or anything like that, but they're open just barely enough to gaze at the tip of the nose. And if you lose that thread, it's no big deal. You can just come back to it. And what we're going to do here is breathe long and deep through the nose. And we're going to be opening and closing the fingers rapidly, almost like scissors, almost like we're cutting the air. Okay? This is what we're doing. We're here for just a few minutes, and we're going to begin now. Okay? So much of Kundalini yoga is about bringing the body into different angles and triangles, which work to trigger our glands and get them functioning optimally, stimulating them. Or just exercise our brains, balance out our hemispheres. This exercise does all those things and more. If it becomes uncomfortable at some point, that's entirely normal. Does not need to be a huge movement. It can be a very small one. If at any point you do need to pause, just continue to visualize yourself doing it. Visualization actually has quite a lot of power, more than we give it credit for. Don't forget to breathe long and deep. Everyone's doing great. We're over halfway there, gazing at the tip of the nose just very slightly. Come back to that if you've dropped it. Focus on the breath. Almost there, 40 seconds. Okay, keeping your hands in position, inhale very deeply, hold the breath in, and exhale through the mouth. Inhale again, hold the breath, and out through the mouth. Last time, inhale deeply. And release. Okay, as you're ready, you can relax your hands back down. Just stay here for one moment now, trying not to move your body at all, just observing, totally still for just a moment. You may feel subtle shifts of energy, or not. Either way, it's totally normal. Okay. We're now going to move into another breath, a different type of breath. It's very common in Kundalini, breath of fire. So I'll show you the breath first. There is also a mudra. But the breath, for those who haven't done breath of fire before, one easy way to learn how to do it is to stick your tongue out and pant like a dog. So you'll feel that this is coming from a pumping motion in the navel, and that the exhale is the active part. The inhale just happens automatically. So that same thing, but close the mouth and do it just through the nose instead. So that's breath of fire. So what we're going to be doing, by the way, if you're menstruating or you're pregnant, it's recommended to not do breath of fire and just do long and deep breathing instead. Okay? It still has just as much of an effect. It's just that breath of fire sometimes accelerates things. But if you're menstruating or pregnant, it's a good idea to skip it. So we're going to take our hands, interlace our fingers, and bring them behind the neck. Right? They're touching the neck. If this is uncomfortable in any way, you can always bring them on your head or even on your chest. Okay? These are all options. Otherwise, they're behind the neck, and our eyes are closed. We can roll our eyes slightly up towards our third eye point, so between the eyebrows and slightly above, with eyes closed, focusing there. And we're doing breath of fire for just a minute. So you can go as fast or as slow as you want. You can slow that breath down if you need to. Everyone's doing great. Try to keep your mouth closed. Pause if you need to. Breath of fire is great for detoxing the blood, detoxing the lungs, cleansing the whole system, helping oxygen get to the brain. Okay, inhale deeply now. Hold the breath in. And as you're holding, you might stretch a little from side to side with the breath held in, dipping your arms one side and then the other. Come back to center, exhale. Inhale again. Hold the breath. You might stretch again if it feels good. Turning, twisting your spine a little. And back to center and exhale. Last time, we're going to do the same thing. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath and stretch in any way that feels good to you in this position. And slowly, as you're ready, come back to center and exhale. Okay, great job, everyone. You can float your hands back down. Remain here just a moment again, observing and taking it all in. Breath of fire has the power to really shift the way you feel rather quickly. But if it ever causes any discomfort physically, mentally, emotionally, always a good idea to pause it. You can always come back to it. Even doing 30 seconds of breath of fire is a great start. So the next exercise we're going to do is we're also going to be interlacing our fingers. And what we're going to do is we're going to slap our bodies in 3 areas. First is the legs, then is the chest, only 2 areas. Then it comes up to the sky, like so. And you might feel a stretch in your armpits. So it's lap, chest, sky. Lap, chest, sky. Lap, chest, sky. Don't be afraid to slap your chest a little harder if it feels good. We're here again for just over a minute. And if you're comfortable closing your eyes, you can definitely do so. This is a great exercise for waking up the endocrine system. There's the lymphatic glands in the legs and the thymus gland in the chest. Everyone's doing great. At your own pace. The breath will self-regulate, but don't forget to breathe if you're holding your breath. Keep going, we're almost there. Okay, next time you're in the sky, inhale deeply. Hold the breath and squeeze root lock. So root lock is just another way of saying very gently squeeze your anus, sex organs, and navel center in, just a little. It's a way of pushing energy up. Now hold for just a moment and exhale, release everything, and float your hands back down. Okay, again, sit here just a moment now, observing. You might feel a little tingle throughout the system, or what my teacher likes to call a ginger ale moment, which feels apt. Okay. Now for the next minute, we're just gonna bring our left hand to our heart center and the right hand up, like in an oath. And now this next minute is just for you to close your eyes and sit and contemplate and sit in a state of bliss. Sit in, there's no automatic bliss obviously, but sit in a state where you're open to receiving bliss. If your mouth wants to turn up slightly in a half smile or a full smile, let it happen. Eyes are closed. And this is an opportunity to just take a moment to love yourself consciously and unconditionally. And you can let that love take away all insecurities, fears, jealousy, superficiality. We're just here for a little bit longer now. Okay, inhaling deeply now. Hold the breath in. And exhale, release. As you're ready, you can bring your hands back down to your knees. Coming back to the room now. I'm going to invite everyone to open your eyes, look around just for a moment. The next thing we're going to do is not super common in Kundalini practices, but we've got a little dance segment built into this practice. It's a 5-minute dance segment. If dancing is your thing, you might be happy. I'm just putting some drums on so we can dance. If it's not, do not panic. Do not let your nervous system get into a state, because there are options. Okay, the main idea is just to everyone stand up, come to a squat and stand up. And the main idea is just to move around and shake it out a bit. I'm going to put, it shouldn't be surprising that soul connection Kriya includes a little bit of dance actually, but really do not need to feel any pressure to dance. You can keep your eyes closed Move in any way that feels comfortable to you. You can always come back to just standing, eyes closed like this in mountain pose and breathing. There's also always the option of doing this. You can come back to this, letting your hands slap either side of your body. You can keep eyes closed, keep them open, whatever works for you. So we're here for just a few minutes now. Okay, we're winding down now, unfortunately. Okay, so just in mountain pose now, just here with your hands at your side, take a deep breath. Inhale, hold the breath in. Exhale, all the air out. Now, as you're ready, we're going to come back down to a seated position. You can have a sip of water if you feel you need. And coming back down to the ground here. Okay. Okay. So, coming out of that dance mode, we're now going to come into another brief mudra that involves just bringing the hands up, once you have a comfortable seat, of course. And you can also be in rock pose, as I mentioned before. Propping, if this isn't comfortable, you can also prop cushions under your heels, between your legs, anything that works. And we're bringing hands up to the sky. And with eyes closed, whichever direction you feel like moving in, we're just rotating the upper body on the pelvis in a big circle. Eyes closed, breathing deeply. You can pretend you're a tree swaying in the wind here. All sorts of ridiculous weather, and you're still rooted and you're still stable. We're just here for a minute. Making a big circle, rotating your upper body. Everyone's doing fantastic. Keep going. 20 more seconds here. Okay, now next time your hands are up, take a deep, deep inhale. Hold the breath in. And again, squeeze root lock. So squeeze gently, anus, sex organs, navel center, just lightly. Pushing the energy up a little bit. And exhale as you float your arms back down at your sides. Okay. So now we're going to conclude the active part of today's Kriya. There's still the relaxation and meditation. We'll conclude the active part, but in a very unique way also. This Kriya not only has dance, it also has whistling. So if you don't know how to whistle, or you're like me and you can barely whistle, that really doesn't matter. The main idea is just to pick a tune that you might want to whistle or can try to whistle. It could be anything. It could be a meaningful little tune from your past. It could be happy birthday. It could be row your boat, whatever it is. And just for a minute, we're all gonna, it doesn't matter if we're all doing it at the same time. It's supposed to sound that way. And we're all just gonna whistle or attempt to whistle, even if there's nothing but air coming out, it doesn't matter. Eyes are closed, and we'll just begin. You can sway back and forth if you like. Okay. Wind your tune down now and slowly come to silence again. Take a deep inhale and an exhale. Sit for a moment in appreciation of yourself. I'm going to invite everyone to very slowly, carefully, gently ease your way down to laying down on the ground on your back. If you need to prop something under your knees, there's some longer cushions in the corner there. Find a way to lay down on your back that's comfortable for you. We're going to do a few minutes of relaxation now. This is the time to just let everything go. Don't try to force your breath in any way. Breathe naturally. Let your body sink towards the floor. Take a deep inhale. And tense every muscle in your body just for a moment. Your fists, all the muscles in your body. Tense, 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 tense. And exhale, let everything go. One more time. Inhale deeply. Tense everything, every muscle. Hold, hold, hold. And exhale, release everything. One more time. Inhale deeply. Tensing everything up. And release. Sometimes it helps to tense up so that we can truly relax and understand the difference. Relaxing now, letting your hands and your feet fall away from your body. Relaxing your tongue and your mouth, your lips, your jaw muscles, all the muscles of your face. Relax. Feel yourself connected to the ground. slowly begin to move your fingers and your toes, making circles with your wrists and your ankles. Bring your palms of your hands and the palms of your feet up to touch now, rubbing them together, activating the nerve endings. Okay. And you can bring your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a hug. And then let your knees fall down to one side if it's comfortable, stretching your arms out in both directions for a little twist. Take a deep breath here and then roll over to the other side and do the same thing there. And then you can come back to a seated position either by rolling onto your side and pushing up or rocking up along your spine, whatever feels good to you. No rush, just coming back as you feel ready. Okay. Time goes fast. Is someone coming in right at 9:30? Okay, I'll just be 2 minutes late, I think. Okay. So we're now at the portion of the practice where we're going to meditate just for a few minutes, just for a couple of minutes to conclude the practice. I always feel terrible taking people out of relaxation. Need much longer. So we're going to meditate today. Tell me, maybe it's a bad idea to take a vote here, but do you all feel like doing a meditation that involves a little chant or more of a breathing meditation? Breath? Chant? Okay. Okay. So the meditation is for guidance. So basically, no matter what you're going through in your life, this meditation is meant to help you attain clarity, to help you have direction and clarity. So, and it's also helps to take the ego out of the equation a lot of the time. So we're bringing our hands into a cupped position. And first you can bring your index finger and thumb together in Gyan Mudra. This is the mudra of wisdom. It helps us be more receptive to wisdom. And we're bringing our palms cupped in front of our heart. And we're going to use the same mantra that we used to tune in today, Adi mantra. So Ong Namo Gurudev Namo, but we're singing it in a different rhythm, to a different, slightly to a different speed as well. We're going a little bit faster. And we're going to be closing our eyes and just focusing on our third eye point. And I'm going to set the pace. You can follow along with me. And if it's ever too fast, because it is meant to go even faster than I'm doing it, but if it's too fast, feel free to pause as always. And we're just here for a couple of minutes to conclude. So it's going to sound like this. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Gurudev Namo Gurudeva. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Gurudev Namo Gurudeva. So again, it means I bow to my own divine wisdom. I bow to the teacher within for guidance. Okay, so we're going to begin now, inhaling deeply. You can inhale between each chant, but we are going quicker, so just keep up if you can, and if not, take a pause and then jump back in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Gurudev Namo Gurudeva. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Gurudev Namo Gurudeva. Sorry. Gurudev Namo Gurudeva. Sorry everybody. Okay, it's going to work better if we just take a deep inhale between each one. Okay, because normally we try to do 3 of them within one breath, but that's too advanced. So okay, that's what we're going to do. So inhale deeply between each one. Okay, let's begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Gurudev Namo Gurudeva. 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 Last time. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Gurudev Namo Gurudeva. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath in. Hold, hold, hold. And exhale through the mouth. As you're ready, relaxing your hands back down. Just remain here a moment now. Noticing anything, any sensation, any feeling that might be arising or that might have arisen throughout today's practice. You can keep your eyes closed and rub your palms together again now. Bringing your thumbs to your sternum. Tucking your chin just slightly. We're going to close out today's practice with the mantra Sat Nam, which means I am truth, or truth is my name. Truth is my essence. I align myself with my true self, with my core truth. I align myself with who I am, my authentic self. It's who I truly, truly, truly am. Okay? Inhale deeply now. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. And on the last inhale now, we're going to chant one long Sat, short Nam. So inhale. Sat Nam. Bring your thumbs up to your third eye point. And can bow now in reverence to your practice. And if it's accessible to you, you can also bring your palms and your head to the ground. You can remain there as long as you want. As you're ready, you can come back up.